guys. So, I'm probably going to be making one of the most important videos I've done as a sports videographer. I've almost gotten scammed. Listen very carefully or you might get scammed as well. It's all started off with a text on my phone. Some dude decided to reach out to me and wanted to have a photo shoot for his soccer team. There's gonna be soccer players that are graduating from his program and he wanted to take photos for it. And he said he was based in California, which later I'll find out he was dead wrong. Completely different other state. But we'll get to that part later. I negotiated a standard package with him, which was going to be like $200 for standard photos, group photos, portraits, whatever, that stuff. And then I had a creative package where I'd also negotiate with him creative edits, action photos, and also player banners for the players so that they can like post it with their number and everything, different poses, that type of stuff. And that was also going to be for $300. But he had an ability to take a $50 discount. This $50 discount, all he needed to do was provide me 10 different names with their numbers so I could contact them once I finished the work and get extra clients to work with. It's a warmer outreach. Now, for some reason, for a very sus reason, he didn't take that discount. Now, normally every single client would be willing to take a $50 discount. Why would you take a $50 discount? You literally just needed to provide 10 names and 10 numbers that might want it. But no, he decided he didn't want that discount. He was going to pay me full for some reason. Everything seemed kind of scripted because he wasn't going along with what I was asking for. Like, I asked to do it on Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and he just said, we're doing it Sunday at 10 a.m. Why? I said literally I'm not available during that time. So it was kind of weird. But there was some suspicious things that he decided to make. He decided to write a check, which is like normal, whatever, it's fine. But he emailed this check rather than mailing it to me, and I didn't know you could do that. And I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that because it's a check that's not physical. It's easier to forge when it's email, when it's online. Another really suspicious thing was he asked me to help him make a payment towards a videographer. The videographer didn't accept checks. He only accepted Zelle or Apple Pay, which is kind of weird. You know, it's whatever. And I was supposed to make a $500 down payment. The thing is, the check didn't cash in. It was gonna take 10 days for the check to finally go through if it was legit. And I wasn't about to do that $500 payment for down payment. He's the coach. He has money. I'm just a videographer, and I'm not gonna be doing anything for him. But he was like insisting that I make it because he already gave me the check. Like, I don't have the money with me. Why would I give all that money away? That's literally most of my bank account. It's actually crazy. And the check, when I looked at it, it kind of seemed suspicious. It gave out two different addresses, one from South Carolina and one from Georgia. Why is it in California? He said he was based in California. So I asked him a lot of questions because I was super suspicious, and I don't know, things weren't adding up. Now, there are some things that I did do right. Now, my gut was telling me everything. It was screaming at me. It was yelling at me that this was a scam. This entire thing was a scam. And I started questioning this dude. I questioned him a lot about everything. I tried getting his socials or a website about the soccer team, and he said they were a newly established program which had graduate students. They apparently needed my photos to create a website or to make a social media. That doesn't make sense. Usually you'd have several years before you have graduating students or graduating athletes from your program. And this dude was saying that it was a sponsored event, and started getting upset when I kept questioning him, when I started questioning him about everything. It seemed like I was untrusting him, which was the case because I did not trust him and he wanted me to get that trust. And eventually I was able to get in contact with the videographer that I had to send the money towards. It took ages. ages to respond. Now the other dude, now the scammer who gave me the contact to the videographer, was telling me to send the money with no hesitation at all. And I'm like, what? I'm trying to make sure he's legit, and he just said send it anyway. I'm like, huh? Why would you make me do that? That makes no sense. Why? But what really drew the line was when my bank account froze. Like, it was temporarily unavailable, and the dude just said, it's all just a coincidence. It's all just a coincidence. There's no problem. Haha. Just send the money. I'm like, oh my god, there's no way. And the videographer was also getting mad that I was questioning him and wasn't giving him like socials or a website to use to confirm his identity and just to, you know, stay in contact with. He was telling me just send the money. The gig told me I was supposed to do this. I'm like, oh wow, so legit. Any videographer would love to share their socials to confirm the identity, to work with other people. If you're a videographer, you gotta do that. Because that means opportunities, that means potential people to work with if you need help for work. Make sure your clients are real. Don't do what I did and waste hours of your time bickering back and forth between what just a scam and them trying to get your money. After a couple of days, I checked my bank account, I checked the emails. Turns out the check was fake. What a surprise, I would have never guessed. Now here are a couple of lessons that I learned from this experience. You first gotta set up a system of you asking questions to your client to make sure that they're legit and willing to pay the money. You gotta ask for the socials, for website, to make sure that they're actually official, that they are legit, they do something. You gotta ask for down payments of immediate cash if you're gonna work with them, so you don't scam yourself out of a deal. You don't just show up and then they end up being like, I don't want to pay. Or you got to make sure you got that down payment so they have some sort of commitment. If you receive a check, first make sure it's legit before you do anything with your client. And do not do anything for the client if you haven't received any sort of payment yet. And especially don't do anything for the client if the check cashed out. Second of all, don't be entranced by the money. The money is just a dollar amount, but you haven't earned it yet until it cashes out. So don't think about the money when you're making deals. Think about making that deal, closing the client before the money comes through. The money will affect your judgment. Think rationally, think logically for these situations, and make sure you can close the deal. Alright, so the last part of this video kinda got a little bit too windy. My dumbass thought the mic would pick me up through all that wind. Didn't. The audio quality was so bad, I don't think I would even use that would be helpful for any of you guys. But lastly, what I wanted to say is to make sure you take your clients with a little bit of skepticism. Make sure they're legit, question them if you have to. Don't always take every single deal just because they're offering money. You got to make sure that there's a little bit of that skepticism, and if you think they're not legit or they're not gonna pay, don't accept it. Don't accept the deal. And if you got a little bit of value from this video, I really hope you did get a lot of value from this video. I'm sorry about the audio quality. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below if you've experienced something like this before. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you don't get scammed. Bye bye.